Chapter 6, Into the Deep End. Hopefully you're all having a great day. You're on the phone with Daisy, who just reminded you that your history presentation is due tomorrow. Rose, I have to nail the presentation. Why do you think I sent you all those calendar reminders about it? Reminders? You open the calendar app on Daisy's phone to see a bunch of notifications you've missed. Well, swiped past. Ruh-roh. Oh boy. Daisy, reminder that by agreeing to stay swapped, you agreed to nail Tuesday's presentation for me. 1 day countdown until my history presentation. By now, you should have most of the presentation memorized. 12 hours until presentation. Ooh, so she's over here stopping a diplomatic incident, and you don't even care to do her presentation. Youch. Of course, those reminders. I may have swiped past them by accident. Rose! I'm sorry, there were just so many pop-ups, I thought someone was spamming me. Five things is... Yep, okay. At the palace, we organize our calendars with spreadsheets, paper, not apps. Okay, this is fixable. This is totally fixable. I already did all the research for it last week, so you just need to read from my prepared slides. Or maybe we'll get lucky and the roof will cave in and the presentation will be postponed. Or you could get Ask Faye to sneak in and pull the fire alarm in the middle of class. Daisy, relax, it'll be fine. I have given state addresses to the whole court. Surely I can handle a little college presentation. That's one worth a third of my grade. Of course. I'll smooth over any mistakes with my royal charisma. No, we don't go with that one. You've already done the hard part for me. With the help of your trusty slides, this will be a proverbial walk in the park. You can't just read off the slides word for word. You need to supplement the facts to prove that you know what you're talking about. What's the point of the slides, then? To give you a rough draft. They're meant to complement what you should already know. Well, that's just misleading. The Deltas are an academic sorority. If this presentation goes well, my classmates could be inspired to join us. So this isn't just for our benefit, but the benefit of the entire sorority. I really do have to nail this. I just had a thought. What if we used a Bluetooth earpiece? Oh no. Phone me in and I can fill in the answers for you as you're presenting. That way you'll know everything I know. And I'll be guaranteed to ace the presentation. Using an earpiece will let you hear diamond choice, I'm assuming. Let's do the presentation together. God. I welcome your expertise with open arms, or open ears. Aren't your ears technically always open? Trifles. The point is, with your help, this will be a piece of cake. You sound awfully confident about it, but I just hope you're right. The next morning, you find yourself standing in front of a large hall of students. Oh my, the class is a bit bigger than I imagined. Disney's voice crackles through the discreet Bluetooth headset you're wearing. I told you this wouldn't be as easy as you thought. Yes, you're very wise. You gather your thoughts and put on your most winning smile as you turn to the audience. Good morning, everyone. As you know, I'm Daisy Hawthorne, and today I'll be talking about... You click to the open slide of Daisy's presentation and glance up as it appears behind you. American culture and customs, a snapshot of Cleveland. Naturally. Oh boy, why do you sound so surprised? Did you not study my notes beforehand? Oh my god. I might have skimmed them. Lightly. And it's a good thing I'm here. I'm looking forward to what our American classmate has to say about her home country. Take it away, Daisy. Right, yes, I'll tell you all about my native land, which I'm an expert in. Oh, could you shut up? This can't be too hard. I've seen American media. It's all about freedom, indigenous birds of prey, and ending prices with 99 cents. Oh my god! Oh, we're all going to hell in this space. I wish you would have said that out loud, to be honest. We can get through this. Just take a deep breath and click the next line. It talks about where I'm from. Miss Hawthorne? She's tuned down to the 99-cent shit. You smile regally and move on to the next line. Not bad for someone who's only been me for a few days. I was born in a small town outside Cleveland, Ohio. Yes. And I studied in the city for 2 years before coming to Monterey as a junior. You read some facts about Cleveland off the next line. Famously, Cleveland is home for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In your face, so-called Music City. Oh no, don't start this shit. In your face, so-called Music City. The professor and the class stare at you. Excuse me? They don't get it, it's American reference. You weren't supposed to say that. Well, I said it and now we have to rock and roll with it. Okay, repeat after me. By Music City, I meant Nashville, Tennessee. Americans have regional rivalries we love to bring up. They can be a pretty big deal. The class still looks a little confused. It's kind of like Monterey's relationship with Ismara, where you live side by side while not so secretly hating each other. Oh, I get it. She could have just opened with that. A nice touch. A student in your class holds up her hand. Oh, you have a question? I do. Did Cleveland really invent the first pizza bagels? Yep, I'm taking the cord and wrapping it around my neck right now as we speak. This is your question in class? A pizza bagel. I have to hear more about those. Oh, for the love of God. Lucky for you, I'm an expert. We didn't make the first one, but the kind you'll get in Cleveland has a bagel-like dough with cheese and sauce baked on top. Obviously, it's a bagel with a slice of pizza inside. Bagel with cheese and sauce baked on top. Cleveland variety is one of a kind, and it's delicious. Oh, add in the owner spent years getting the recipe right. And the owner of the shop spent ages perfecting the recipe. Oh my god, repeating things? Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind. I already have a headache today. That sounds ridiculously unhealthy and obscenely delicious. I'm getting one the next time I travel to the States. You must! You flip to your next card and Daisy's notes. This one just says talk about Cleveland history, which would be easy if I ever set foot there. As you stare at the notes, students in the audience begin murmuring to each other. So, is this presentation over, or? Daisy, I'm losing them. And your next slide is but about fun facts. It's just about as dry as a dessert, which I assume Cleveland doesn't have. Actually, they do have desserts, too. My grade is what matters here. No audience interest. Not if you want to wow some pledges. We need to make your grade interesting. Fine. Try telling them about, how Cleveland had the world's first blood transfusion. They tried it on a pair of brothers. Here's a fun fact about Cleveland. It was home to the first blood transfusion. It was performed on 2 brothers. Wait, really? That's pretty cool. I owe Cleveland big time. I can't tell you how much blood I've lost in rogue snowboarding incidents. I genuinely wonder how you're still alive sometimes. Students all perk up, tuning back into what you have to say. Phew. You click to the next line and feel a wave of relief when you see that it's the last one. But it simply says, in conclusion... Right, so in conclusion... They focus on the culture, or the subject, our culture. Cleveland puts the free in freedom. It is the greatest city in the world. Is a city with abundant culture. Entrepreneurs of all types have made their mark in this fine city, and our culture is proof of their continued success. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you. I'll be here all semester. Wow, this is the worst presentation I've ever had. Seriously. Like, and this is college. Oh god, I took 2 years of, like, advanced mathematical shit. And I'm just sitting here going, I would have rather gone through that right now. And I don't even use it in everyday life. Dude, Cleveland sounds sweet. Sign me up for the next tour. It's nice to get a real picture of America. In the movies, you only see LA and New York. I agree. Who knew America was full of strange food and charming quirks? I thought most people outside of America hate America. Or think we're all idiots, because we really are. Oh, I laugh because it hurts. Thank you for the evocative description of your home, Daisy. Let's give her a round of applause, shall we? As if this is 3rd grade. That's the kind of presentation we just gave. The class burst into surprisingly enthusiastic applause as you turn off the slides and head to your seat, basking in the glow of a job well done. I liked the part about the pizza bagels. I liked how confident she was. I felt like I was gonna faint during my presentation. Believe me, the confidence was mostly an act. As you sit down, a student leans over to you. I haven't seen a presentation that creative all semester. What? Jesus. What sorority are you from? Delta Theta Delta. Oh, I've seen your flyers. I like your prioritize academics. Self-expression and fun. Totally. Some might say we're the cool misfits of the campus. We could always use more pledges. Where do I sign up? Head to the Delta House after class. Don't forget to tell them Daisy sent you. The girl nods excitedly and then turns back to her notes as the professor begins a lecture. And we stay for the teacher's lecture because it's probably more insightful than this damn presentation we just did. But oh, I can't believe you just got us another pledge. You were cool as a cucumber up there, Rose. Oh, stop. You did all the real work. I couldn't have pulled it off without you. I agree, but you presented it better than I ever could have. Now sit back and enjoy the time-honored tradition of relaxing through the rest of the class. You've earned it. You hang up and stretch, relieved to have gotten some through your first academic trial as Daisy. Thank goodness that's over. Being judged on my every word just reminds me why I never go to royal council meetings. I love each and every one of you. It's literally you're the only reason I read this garbage. Meanwhile, in the royal palace, I'm serious. It's time for your own presentation, Daisy. Show them you have what it takes to be a real princess. You place your hands on the doors and stride in. What you fail to realize, Lord Norman, is that Princess Rose, the council, seated around a grand table, will look your way. What an interesting omen. It's been years since the princess last attended. The king, seated at the head of the table, stands up to greet you, smiling warmly. Rose, what an unexpected surprise. Please, come sit with us. Indeed, one wonders why you've chosen to join us today, especially after recent circumstances. You remember Cecil's warning from the ball, but you square your shoulders and meet his gaze as calmly as you think Rose would. I want to have a hand in our kingdom's future. I know I haven't always been the most involved, but I have a unique perspective to offer Monterey. Unique is not the word I'd use. The king raises a hand, cut off any further snide comments from Cecil. You're a man of many words, Lord Cecil, so please let us use those words to proceed with the agenda. The king gestures for you to take a seat beside him at the head of the table. The other council members scramble to make room. I'm happy to proceed, but unfortunately the princess has joined us just as we were concluding the most important business. Not so fast, Lord Cecil. We've yet to finalize the plans for the court's annual Great Hun. Rose never mentioned anything about a Hun. I'm sure it to be a historic one, considering the presence of our Ishmari guests. Yes, of course, your majesty, how forgetful of me. Cecil unexpectedly turns to you, all smiles. I'm sure Princess Rose will agree that it's important to show our guests such a proud Monterian tradition. Oh, of course. We want them to experience Monterey at its best. And since you've spent the most time with them, what part of the Great Hunt do you think will most impress our guests? I hate that he's smiling like that's some sneaky trick question. What could it be so special about a Monterian hunt? I think our guests will appreciate the fresh air, unique style of woodcraft, the part where we terrify innocent animals. Be a smartass. Be a smartass. Be a smartass. It's about the wind blowing in your hair, the beautiful vistas, and the coating yourself in a protective layer of bug spray. If we wanted to share something as generic as the thrill of the outdoors, we could simply take our guests outside. It saddens me that your highness doesn't recall your own kingdom's age-old customs. I mean, I'm assuming it has something to do with animals, but, you know, I was hoping to be a smartass. In my defense, we have a lot of customs, and I've been under a lot of stress. Edmund chuckles good-naturedly. I think we could forgive my daughter for not remembering all the details. The Monterian Great Hunt allows the court to demonstrate the knowledge of Monterian tracking, navigation, and general woodcraft. Who would have thought woodcraft? I'm serious. Oh, that Great Hunt. I'm worried our style of hunting may not impress our Ishmari guests. However, perhaps this year we could replace it with something else. Let's not be hasty. Your Majesty, our guests are only here for a season, but traditions are eternal. And when you're out to support Edwin's thoughtful idea for Cecil being Cecil, but then an even better idea hits you. What if we did both? I beg your pardon. If traditions are so important, why not incorporate some of Ishmari's traditions into our Great Hunt? We can welcome our guests, honor our own traditions, and create something that everyone will enjoy. The council members glance around the table at each other. My word, the fates must be moving through our princess today for her to make a formal council proposal. I think it's an ingenious idea. Ingeniously foolish. I respect the princess's creativity, but I also must object. Oh, if we change our traditions, they're hardly traditions anymore. You're right, they're called evolutions in tradition. You might want to, get up with the times, old man. Lord Cecil. I was right. Even traditions can change with time. Surely the Great Hunt didn't always work exactly the way it does now. I hope. Her Highness is right. I don't miss the days when we hunted actual animals. Yes, of course, times change, but so that's proof that those traditions can adapt without losing their importance. I think it's a splendid idea. What Ishmari traditions did you have in mind, Rose? You rack your brain for the few things you heard about Ishmar in Juilliard's history classes. Isn't Ishmar famous for its archery? That would be a fun addition to any hunt. An excellent idea. Let's make an arrangement at once. Every council member except Cecil nods eagerly, and even he can't do anything but mutter under his breath. The king gives you an encouraging smile, and right this moment you feel like this is where you truly belong. I can't believe they actually listen to me. You take a deep breath and decide to keep going while you're on a roll. Now, about these important points you finished discussing before I got here, I might have a few suggestions. Do we really have to Your king decrees that we do. I want to hear what my daughter has to say. Oh, shit. Sit down, Cecil. One grueling but very productive council meeting later. You return to your chambers and immediately flop onto the four-post bed with a sigh. Evelyn looks up from a stool where she's been doing embroidery. Is it a victory flop or a defeat flop? Victorious but exhausted flop. I think Cecil would have lit me on fire with his mind if he could have, but I channeled my inner princess and spoke up anyway. I got to make suggestions about the Grand Hunt and actual policy, the sort of stuff you only hear about in the news. Good for you. It's about time someone knocked that crook into the man down a few pegs. Caesar's always had it out for the Princess Rose. I think he hates the thought of anyone other than him having the king's ear. Too bad for him, then, because the king loved my ideas. He must have been so proud. He's been encouraging us to avoid politics in the spotlight ever since her mother died. Something about protecting her from stress. Protecting her from stress by micromanaging her whole damn life? I didn't see I agreed with the strategy. I spent years helping Rose find loopholes out of it. But I think part of him must still see being excited to see his daughter taking a interest in her duties. Then he should have never shut Rose out of politics. What did he think was going to happen when he started planning out her days from morning to midnight? She had to trade lives with a total stranger to get away from him. Now you see why she was so excited to step into your shoes. Yeah, except she can't even do her damn part of preparing for a fucking presentation. But who knows? Maybe you being here as Rose would be a good influence on the king. We'll see. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna lie here until words like woodcraft and diplomacy and suck it, Lord Cecil, stop dancing through my head. And that's where you let someone live rent-free. If your meeting was that stressful enough, foolproof way to take your mind off of it, can you say Royal Spa Day? Royal Spa Day, do tell. The palace's private spa is water temperature customizable down to the decimal point, and every scented oil imaginable. Plus, I got my hands on a new-ish my tabloid about the certain roguish prince and his Montelian lady friend. The tabloids were talking about me and Clark? Oh, Daisy, the rumor mill's been buzzing about you two since the day I got here. I could use some spot time regardless, but if you come along, we can read all about the latest gossip. Maybe even ask Clark about it. That sounds perfect. Ever had a spa day? What's a spa? I'm serious. How could I possibly say no? I was hoping you wouldn't. You both change into swimsuits, and Aveline takes you to the private spa in the palace, where servants have already prepared a bubbling jacuzzi. It doesn't look very bubbling to me. How dare you're all fired! Wow, the palace really goes all out. Welcome to rich people. Of course, princess. You're a royalty here. And as such, I'll let you pick a scented oil for this spa. Also generous. You turn to assess your options and find an intimidatingly long row of bottles lined up beside the spa. I can't tell if I'm looking at the royal lifestyle or an art piece called Paradox of Choice. It does take some getting used to. If you want, I can recommend some of my favorites. Your favorites? I thought this was a spa for princesses only. Princesses in close confidence, like ladies in waiting. She leans in, reading off some of the labels. I love the lavender for relaxation, apple blossom for how it balances my thoughts, and ginger mint for energy boost. Well, since we're kind of like deflated, you pick up a mint-colored bottle and add the oil to the bubbling water. It's very potent. And so rejuvenating. I feel like I could wrestle a bear. Okay. Tag me in. I'm gonna suplex that bear. Giggling, you both hop into the water once the perfume is thoroughly mixed. The water's almost too hot, which means it's perfect for loosening all your muscles. Oh, wow, I needed this more than I thought. Lavender Palace comes with a lot of pressure, and that's without the added stress of taking on this place. Breaks like this have always helped me and Rose stay sane. You relax against the jacuzzi wall, letting one of the bubbling jets massage your back. Oh, does she enjoy reading the tabloids with you too? Sometimes, but I doubt she's had the chance to read this one. She reaches behind the row of bottles and pulls out a magazine with a flourish. Ishmari insider, huh? How does Ishmari paparazzi feel about the princess or prince? Apparently they love him. She flips to a page and begins to read aloud. Oh. Here we go. Prince Clark proves that he is hotter than any Cordonian noble. He says he shot an apple at 1,000 paces. With what? Seriously, what did he shoot at 1,000 paces? What? Like crossbow? Bow? What? Is that a long distance to shoot an apple? Yes, it is. Imagine so, but more importantly, apples are a huge deal in Cordonia. So that happily thinks their kingdom wins the battle royale for hottest royale? What's the rest of it say? Glock spotted sneaking out of a party as crime rate continues to fall. Could be a royal heartthrob, secretly being a master vigilante. Okay, that's a bit of a leap. True, but can you imagine him wearing one of those skin-tight superhero suits? You definitely can. Now you playfully splash some water at her to get her to keep reading. Oh, this is a good one. Half of the princesses in Europe are swooning over Prince Clark, but all kingdoms attempts at courtship have failed. Better watch out, Daisy. Apparently you're dealing with a real heartbreaker. If you ask me... why do I care? Way too cynical? I haven't seen a cynical side yet. You're speaking to a cynic. Most girls would fall for a smug prince act. I would agree with that. But not you. I can't afford to fall for anyone. I'm not the real Rose. I'm not even really a princess. Clark might not know it, but I can't forget it. She nods, and then her eyes widen as she flips to the next page. Well, speaking of things I can't forget. What is it? Some paparazzo caught a photo of Prince Clark riding through the countryside. Shot half on the butt and the hair flying in the breeze. Pictures her didn't have him. You try to peer over her shoulder, but she pulls the tabloid away. No, it's too dangerous for your eyes. I guess you can enjoy it for now. If Clark ever heard I was looking at his rippling abs, I'd never hear the end of it. See, I'm just looking out for your best interests. Glances back at the tabloid, admiringly. Aveline? Was there anything else in the article? Oh, right. Typical. She hastily flips to the next page and holds it out for you to read. National Heartthrob Prince Clark embarks on peace mission with rival Monterey. Hang on, this is about me. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Monterian princess made a splash at the welcome ball this weekend, showing Ishmar and Monterey that despite the odds, this courtship is here to stay. Despite our skepticism about Princess Rose, everything Ishmari insider cannot deny that the two made quite the couple. When the wedding bells ring, we predict their children will be named Elisa and Tulpar. Let's just hope they take after Prince Clark. Wow, that's a bit rude. They really love Clark. Ishmar has always been proud of a kingdom, and he is their only heir. I can't blame them. Fair, but it does put a lot of pressure on anyone who has to publicly court him. That's exactly why we're here. It's time for phase 2 of our spa treatment. Do we get to relax on chase lounges and bathrobes while being fed grapes like Roman emperors? Not a bad idea, but I was thinking a massage. Well, the more princess perks you show me, the more I think I could get used to living like this. Aveline snaps her fingers, and 2 servants immediately enter the room, carrying warm towels for each of you. Oh, thank you both. Her Highness is very grateful. I mean, what part did thank you both? Did you? What? I'm okay. All right. The servants help you towel off and escort you to a neighboring room with massage tables. Our princess has been extra stressed lately, so please give her your very best. Versus what? For like, alright, whatever. I'm gonna shut up now. You lie down, and the masseuse immediately begins to work on your muscles, finding knots where you didn't even know you could have knots. Oh, that's good. I always say there was nothing like a thorough massage to get your mental gossip wheels turning. How many of these tabloid rumors do you think were true? You consider your words carefully, aware of the servants in the room. It was a tabloid, Aveline. We should take everything in it with a grain of salt. Unless I text Clark and ask him for the truth. Oh, going straight for the source. That's something no paparazzi would ever think of. With Aveline's encouragement, you pull out the phone and text a number that the palace staff gave you for Clark. Wonder what we'll ask him. Stupid shit? Okay, here we go. I have a few questions for you, Prince Clark. My first ever text from a princess and she has questions. Consider me intrigued. What do you want to know? Can you shoot an apple at 1,000 paces? Have you broken all the hearts of Europe? Are you secretly a masked vigilante? If I was, I wouldn't be able to tell you now, would I? You don't trust me? Sorry, princess, but I can't let you into my vigilante world. It's too dangerous. Oh, please. If you're a vigilante, I bet you the most you do is issue parking tickets. Hey, legally parked vehicles can cause injuries, especially to bikers and pedestrians. I'll take that as a no on the exciting alter ego, then. Can you shoot an apple at 1,000 paces? I absolutely could. Wow, so humble. If I ever bothered to try, but no normal person who ever needs to shoot at 1,000 whole paces. And that's not entirely true, but continue. So you haven't done it. I knew that couldn't be true. I commend your skepticism, princess. It's a trait worth cultivating. Have you broken all hearts all over Europe? Oh yes, Europe, Asia, North America. I've broken hearts across the continents. Even in Antarctica? That's where I broke them most. An entire colony of penguins. I'm talking about human hearts. How dare you? They have feelings too! And you shouldn't have made that clear at the beginning. I don't count the human hearts I've broken, so who's to say? Thanks, that clears up exactly nothing. Yeah, neither did this whole entire situation, but you know, hey. So what's the verdict? Seems like none of the rumors are true. Disappointing. Usually rumors have at least a little bit of truth. No. No, they don't. That's why they're called rumors. Go look up. Not rumors that are exaggerated. The masseuse puts a line of warm stones along your... smooth stones along your back, the heat radiating into your muscles. I didn't know rock could feel this good. The masseuse bows to you and leaves. Did I say something? No, they'll be back once we've had the chance to relax with our hot stones in privacy. But since we're alone... Aveline thumbed through the back pages of the Ishmari Insider. What about the last article? It says here that Clark saved hundreds of kittens in the Ishmari capital. This makes the second time we've heard about this. Alas, but that sounds like the fakest rumor yet. No, this is the second time we've heard about it. One more thing, then you're excused. Oh, I can't wait. True or false, you're responsible for saving hundreds of kittens in Ishmar's capital. True. How did you hear about that? He's surprised I brought it up. We might be onto something. What else does the article say? Our beloved prince was spotted sneaking out of a local animal shelter. A little tabloid told me you were hanging out at a local animal shelter. And you believe them? I texted you to ask if I should believe them. Fine. I anonymously provide funds for several animal shelters in the capital with Aaron's help. But you can't tell anyone. I keep it anonymous so it isn't seen as a political gesture. Oh, it's really sweet of you. Don't go around telling people. You should be proud. I'm genuinely impressed right now. And I'm glad, but I do have a reputation to uphold. Fine. Your secret love of kittens is safe with me. It's true. He anonymously funds animal shelters for kittens. So, he is a master vigilante protecting kittens from the cold. Roaming the streets at night with a plush cat carrier and a utility belt full of feathers and treats. Why doesn't someone draw that? Listen, if you draw that, I will change my thumbnail on the video. You and Aveline laugh together at the thought. But it has to be good, though. This has been great, Aveline. Thank you so much for sharing your spa day with me. Anytime you want to enjoy some royal perks, you just let me know, and I'll give you credit in the description of the video, because that would be amazing. Like, what color would we make, like, the outfit? Like, what color? We're going for black. I'd be fine with. We're going for like pink or purple. So you can enjoy them too. Yes, but I consider it a win-win. You put your phone away, and you and Aveline relax on your tables, letting the stress of the day melt away. You wake up early the next morning to the buzzing of your phone. Oh, who's texting me at 7 in the morning? Also, you wear necklaces and gowns to bed with hairpins? Good morning, Daisy. So your mother has been texting your phone a lot, asking how you are and why she hasn't heard much from you. Just say that everything's fine. School's good, I'm busy, etc., etc. I tried to convey most of that, but my vague responses made her text even more. Could you give her a call and reassure her that all is well? It has been a while since I talked to Mom. You pull out Rose's phone and dial your mom's number from memory. After a couple rings, she picks up. Hello? Hey, Mom, it's me. Hey, baby, what's with the new number? Oh, I'm using my roommate's phone while mine's getting fixed. Everything's fine, though. I just, miss you. Like a lot. I miss you, too. I still can't believe my little girl's almost done with college and studying in Monterey. How is everything over there? Did it live up to your old mom's hype? No, you can't tell her about what's really going on, but it can't hurt to share how you've been feeling about it. Monterey is wildest adventure of my life. You wouldn't believe half the things I've done. It's been a real, total roller coaster. You'll have to tell me about it when you get home. But until then, stay safe and don't work too hard, okay? You deserve to enjoy yourself. Don't worry, Mom. I will. Is everything okay back home? Oh, yeah. I've been trying not to have too much fun without you. So generous. It's kind of like when Ash Ketchum went away, you know, the professor went in to play with Mom. You're interrupted by a loud knock on the door. Sorry. I'm gonna have to get that. But it was really good to hear your voice. Love you, Mom. Love you too, hon. I'll be here whenever you need me. You hang up and quickly head for the door. Can you come back in a few, Aveline? I was in the middle of... Let me guess, it's Lord Cecil. But when you open the door, someone else is standing there. Good morning, Princess. I was passing by. I couldn't help but hear the end of your conversation with the late Queen. With who? You were talking to your mom, who is long since passed. What on earth is going on? Oh, no. Listen, I was talking to her soul. And heaven, if that's a thing in Pixelberry's world, I don't know. They seem to have no, moral ethics or codes or anything else like that. Cecil is the last person you need getting suspicious. Can you throw him off your trail before the jig is up? Who cares? Who cares? Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below. Links to social media, Discord if you'd like to support me and my content. Without further ado, love your beautiful faces. Really do. Hopefully you're all having a great day. And hopefully the weather's being good for you. It's been nice these last few days for me. However, I have the worst headache / migraine that has just been carrying on. I don't know what from. I really don't. And I'm not the only one, apparently. There several people around me have them too, and they've had them for as long as me, and it's just something that just can't break, right? So I don't know what's up with it, but yeah, no. And just, I've been going through a lot, right, in my life, so I do apologize. I know this shit comes out on Fridays. I know it's Monday and I'm getting it out now, but yeah, no, I haven't even been streaming this past weekend for a couple days now. I've just been kind of just laying low and just, doing a bunch of work that needs to be done, right? If only I could take a day off, but, on the YouTube front and whatnot, I'm at least uploading things that have already been done, right? And I usually like to do these live and then upload them immediately, so that's why this is getting out there today. So, once again, thanks for watching. Love your beautiful faces, and catch y'all later. Peace out.